Trump is, clearly put out. I'm sure you'll characterize this differently than I will, Emil, but I actually think it's fair to say Trump is quite upset and spinning his wheels and kind of emotional about the bait and switch with Biden and Kamala. He's trying to figure out a line of attack and he is not succeeding. I think it's fair to say that. I think their momentum has radically shifted. I mean, like whiplash shifted from holy shit, that was badass that he got shot at, stood up and pumped his fist into the air. Like even I was like, fuck, that's cool. To holy shit, Kamala is new and fresh and exciting and blah, blah, blah. He's pissed. The polls are shifting. They're still within the margin of error, but the plus is in Kamala's camp now. And now, we're back to arguing about crowd sizes, which is, I feel like he keeps reverting to when he's upset. So he's now saying, hey, Kamala's crowd is AI generated and that's fake. Fake news. Anything that Trump doesn't like is fake news and alternative facts. Again, I know, Emil, you'd characterize this dramatically differently. So how about you set it up from your point of view and tell me what you think about this whole story of Trump claiming AI fake images, and that we're seeing little glimmers of, AI casting doubt on some of the stories and reality and facts of this campaign.
We've just seen the beginning of the AI invasion into politics. I mean, this whole JD Vance couch thing was based on an AI generated fake pictures of his book. And it got like weeks of momentum and it led to the weird thing. That was the sort of original sort of instance in the last month or so about like a viral. Yeah, I think some people want to talk about crowd size. That has not been nearly as sort of globally distributed as literally a fake picture of 2 pages in his book that didn't exist, that caused this couch thing and this weird thing. And I think ultimately every party's going to have to deal with this. This is going to be a problem. And I guess maybe just the fact checking generally is good, and everyone may not love it now, but they're going to love it later because, like, how else do you kind of suss this out? And things move so fast. Like, someone puts a picture of a book or a picture of a crowd and it gets lightning sort of distribution, and then later someone says it's fake, right? And if you don't go lightning fast, you don't have the rapid response team, which was invented in the 90s, but now is kind of taken on unbelievable amount more speed and distribution. I think that the last couple of weeks, there's so many things that have happened that are like once in our lifetime. It's sort of hard to be like, oh, we should have done this or someone should have done that or whatever. But I think I said right after Biden stepped down and Kamala took over that her momentum is going to last through the convention. So you're talking about late July through end of August. That's a long time in a short political campaign. And we're still not at the convention. That's like next week. And after Labor Day is when you'll see, okay, a little more balance in like what's really going to happen in November. Right now, the polls mean nothing. And I think the polls did mean something when it was Trump Biden, but that scrambled the race when it's Trump Kamala. And that's why Biden got out, because the polls were saying like this is a sustainable advantage the other side has. But no one on Trump's side is saying like, oh, it's over, we lost. It's over, because they know the polls have this like momentum bounce to it that's propagated by a very supplicant media right now. But that'll change.
So here's the fascinating thing. While you were talking, I was asking ChatGPT, what is the part of JD Vance's book that actually mentions this couch thing? And it cited a paragraph. And I'm like, can you double check this and make sure it's not a hallucination? And it's like, oh, I double checked it. And I'm sorry, I must clarify, there is no passage that mentions intimacy with a couch. So I don't know if this fucking passage is real or not. I can't speak to whether it's real or not. It's bizarre.
Snopes it. Do use Snopes. That's my new left-wing fact checker. Where even if they say this is fake, you're like, you can be sure it's fake.
Let me see. Fact checks trending. Did JD Vance mention intimacy with a couch in his book? No. First edition of JD Vance's Hillbilly Eulogy doesn't mention couch cushion eroticism. Hang on, let's see. We have the first edition. The passage of him shellacking a couch isn't in it. It doesn't mean that it never was. It could have been a test run and deleted in the initial paperback. Who knows? Even Snopes is hedging. Anyway, the most interesting thing I've heard about AI and society, and I've mentioned this on the show before, was Christian, who did The Social Dilemma documentary on Netflix, saying, we've already made first contact with AI, and it was in the form of the Facebook algorithm, and it didn't end well. And I thought that was a really compelling way of framing the AI question and its impact on politics and civilization. And there's that classic cliche saying of a lie can make its way halfway around the world before the truth even has a chance to put its pants on. That's a very old quote, and it's not halfway around the world, it's 10 times around the world before the truth even sees the light of day. And yet, on the other hand, nothing we see is real. Every photo is AI enhanced, especially if it comes out of your smartphone. It's baked into the pipeline. I was just seeing a MKBHD video of a new Google feature where you can take a photo of a group of people and then get someone else to come around behind the camera, hold the camera, and then you can go stand and it shows you where the other people were and you can line up and you can take the second photo and now it looks like all of you were in the photo together. It's just going to get worse. And yeah, we've talked about this endlessly, I think, and I don't think there's much more to say about it. Go back into the back catalog and hear our thoughts on it. But I do think it's interesting, though, that there's two new pieces of information that's happened since we've talked about it, or two new examples. There's Trump using AI as an excuse to declare something fake. And there's Elon, who has warned about the dangers of AI, sharing also something else it was clearly a parody in my mind, but it was AI generated and people were calling him out for misinformation and contributing to the information.
Well, what about the couch? Don't forget the couch.
The couch, I guess, is the third thing as well. No, you're right. You're right. But these are kind of echo chamber things where everyone thought it was true versus I think Trump knows it's a lie. I think Elon knew that was a parody, knew that it was a lie. I don't think he was sharing it as fact, but he still shared it.
Parodies are not lies. They're parodies, Chris. The question is like, if it was labeled as a parody, we're allowed to have some fun. You're allowed to go to a comedy show.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't think that that Elon's thing is bad in and of itself. I think that there's a confluence there of he's warned about the dangers of AI. He is such a loud megaphone voice, and everything he says, if I were him, I would put more thought into it. Because
the guy literally said on my platform, if you are doing a parody, you have to say it's a parody. So people write that it's a parody.
He didn't say it was a parody. He didn't say it was a parody. He just tweeted it.
The link said it was a parody.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, okay, it could be a label better, sure. But you don't know about the Trump thing. Like that story was going around for hours about the AI thing. And it wasn't confirmed till later that, yes, that was not. So you're mad that, or people are mad that he didn't retract it after it was discovered to be AI.
That it was discovered to be not AI.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't believe Trump ever thought it was AI. I think he says a lot of shit that he doesn't believe.
Yeah, you're not a right-wing Twitter enough.